Sponsored by Lexus of Las Vegas and Lexus of Henderson.
The grim reality of the coronavirus is prompting an increasing number of Americans to update their wills and estate plans or finally get one started. So I spoke with local financial professional Brad Zucker from Safe Money Advisors on why having an estate plan is so important, especially under the unprecedented times we're living in. Brad, why is it important to get this estate planning done?
You know, as awful it is to think about it, the COVID-19 pandemic is not going away anytime soon. And most people likely know someone who's been affected by the coronavirus and they're worried. So estate planning adds that much needed peace of mind to those that are watching the news and seeing the death toll rise.
Yeah, it seems like it's really kind of a hard topic to talk about, but when it comes to estate planning, it does sound like it's something that's just for wealthy people, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a misconception. You don't have to be wealthy to have an estate plan. You could be a multimillionaire or a child whose parents opened up an account in his or her name. You own an estate, and how that estate passes upon your death is called an estate plan. And you can and should create and document your own estate plan. If you don't, the state of Nevada will create a plan for you. So setting up an estate plan is an important part of a complete financial strategy.
Right, so now how do you start building that estate plan if you don't know how do we begin with that?
Okay, so there's many steps to an estate plan, and we provide a checklist right on my website at askbradzucker.com to help people get started. And it begins with writing a will. These are your wishes on paper as to how your estate will be divided upon your death. You could get one online or through an attorney, and you're going to want to name an executor. That's the person whose job it is to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Also, now, while you're quarantined, is a great time to name guardians for your children. Should something happen, naming a guardian will ensure that your kids will stay with someone that you trust.
Right. So we also hear about a living will. So what is the difference between this and other types of will?
Okay, so a living will is not the same as your last will and testament. This is a document with your wishes on paper that if you are terminally ill, it gives somebody the legal right to withdraw the life support machines so they don't have to take a second mortgage out to keep someone alive who's eventually going to pass away.
All right. So before we go, what else should people know?
Well, you need to have what's called a healthcare power of attorney. If you become incapacitated, you name someone that is responsible to manage your healthcare decisions, which includes medicines and where you get your medical treatment. Look into what's called a financial power of attorney, where you put somebody that's trustworthy to manage your money decisions, such as managing bank accounts or even withdrawing money from an IRA. And look into a trust for proper wealth management. If you have children or grandchildren that are not old enough or irresponsible to receive an inheritance, a trust will give proper management of that inheritance so they don't squander it in a lump sum.
All right, those are all very helpful advice as always. We appreciate it, and thank you so much for your time, Brad. We'll put all of those on ktnv.com, and we'll be right back.